What is going on, everybody? Today we have some more trade deadline talk to talk about. Not necessarily breaking news this time, but it is something I want to go over, and that is Frankie Montas. He is on the Oakland Athletics right now, and he's been rumored even during the offseason when they were fire sailing and sent Matt Olson and Matt Chapman away, and as well as Sean Manaea and Chris Bassett and all those players. They thought, well, not they, but everyone else thought that they were going to do Frankie Montas. Also, they thought he was going to get sent to the White Sox at one point. They had a deal done, and then it fell through. The Yankees were in discussion, even the Padres before they got Sean Manaea. So he has been rumored to go for a while now, and at this year's trade deadline, I think it might happen. Frankie Montas really broke out the past couple of years as he put together really good seasons on an Oakland Athletic team that made the playoffs in 2021. This year, he's also putting up a really good season, but the Oakland Athletics are just awful. His record really does not say how good he is. He has a losing record, but that is because he's on the awful Oakland Athletics. So you really have to go by his personal statistics, not necessarily the team ones like the wins and losses, but you would have to go on based off his ERA, which is amazing, based off his FIP, all those things. They're really, really solid, and he could really help out a team that is looking to go into the playoffs strong, and he could be a solid number two. Even maybe if a team in the playoffs doesn't have that strong of a rotation, maybe they can maybe he could be a number one. Like, say if he gets traded to the Twins don't really have that good of a rotation, so he could maybe start game one for them, but it would come down to him and Sonny Gray. But so I do think he could get traded. And it would be a pretty hefty package because he's not a free agent until a couple more years, I'm pretty sure. So it would definitely be a big package. So the teams that I think would be in contention, obviously you'd say the White Sox, being that they already had a deal for him, but it unfortunately fell through for them. So I say them, definitely. Another team, obviously, is the Twins. Like I just said, I think they would be a perfect fit, being that they don't have the rotation that would suit best in the playoffs. Yankees are always in contention, but I think they'd rather get Luis Castillo. So I'm gonna take the Yankees out of the equation. Maybe the Toronto Blue Jays. You know, they have Matt Chapman, so they have history of dealing with the Oakland Athletics. So maybe they go out and get a pitcher if they realize that they're back in contention to maybe make the playoffs. So I really think it comes down to the White Sox. Even though they're out, they could still use him for years, like after, because he's not a free agent, like I said. So I think definitely the White Sox, definitely the Blue Jays, and I'm trying to think. I don't think that they would sell off to anyone in the West with them. So I think that's out of the question. I don't think the Dodgers would do it. I don't think the Padres would do it after they got Sean Manaea. Maybe the Brewers, but they don't need it. So I'm gonna go with the Chicago White Sox. I think the Chicago White Sox do get Frankie Montas. There's a lot of other teams, maybe even the Braves need a starting pitcher, but like I said, I think the Chicago White Sox go out and do it, and they have the prospect depth to do it. They have Yoelqui Cespedes that they can give up. They have a lot of good prospects. They can maybe even a Garrett Crochet they could throw in there. I think he's been hurt for the majority of the season, but he's a young budding star that is in the bullpen for the White Sox, and maybe the Oakland Athletics want someone like that. Or maybe the Oakland Athletics are even going to ask for someone like an Oscar Colas. These are all potential trade pieces that could be part of this deal. Like I said, it would take a lot to get it, so I think you might have to give up like an Oscar Colas or maybe a Yoelqui Cespedes, maybe even both to get this deal done. I say them two, and maybe a back-end prospect, like a 20 to 30 range prospect. So, and I think that would definitely get the deal done, and I think this would help the White Sox. I don't know for this season because they're really not in playoff contention. I think they're under 500, so probably not this season, but definitely next season they'll have him, and make the trade now before anyone else does. That's what I'm thinking with the White Sox, because if the White Sox don't do it, someone else will. So they're gonna have to do it fast, and then really look forward to next year. And I think next year they could definitely, obviously, this is a down year for them, so next year they're obviously wanting to get back into the playoffs, and Frankie Montas could be a perfect piece to put in that rotation. Lance Lynn, I think, will be a free agent, so maybe resign Lance Lynn, or maybe Frankie Montas becomes his replacement. You never know. With Michael Kopech, Dylan Cease is emerging as a really good starter. So you would have a really solid rotation with Frankie Montas, and even if they go on a roll, I don't know if it's good enough, but they might be able to make the playoffs this year. I doubt it, but there is a possibility, so you never know. But yeah, I definitely think he gets traded to the White Sox. So that's the question. Could he get traded to a team this season? He recently got injured, so that took some trade speculation down. But now I think he is cleared to go, and I think he definitely gets traded this season to the Chicago White Sox. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.